Hey Gav Club, and welcome to my first video for Diablo 4, first impressions and just an overview of the class I've been playing. First impressions, this game is so good. It feels to me less of an MMO, more of an ARPG. I only saw maybe 2 or 3 people in the entirety of my gameplay actually out in the world, so for me that's a plus. As I've said in my other videos, if I'm going to be doing an MMO, I would prefer to be in a dedicated group, leveling with that group all the way through, doing kind of everything together with that group, or I'd prefer SSF. It's just the way I am these days, and that's how we go. So I think this game is an absolute brilliant game. Blizz have outdone themselves. We will see what happens with monetization, etc., etc., but that's way down the line. This beta for this weekend it's been brilliant. Yes, there's been queues, but that's all to do with stress testing the servers, and it is to be expected on a first beta release. How did I level the character? I'm playing a rogue. Both characters are my favourite, and in this game it paid off really well. This character is so powerful. I followed the max roll guide for leveling a rogue, and I'm so glad I did. I did have to respec all my points, all my skill points at one point, because I put in 2 or 3 in the wrong place, but that was nice and easy to do. Where are they? Here we go. So I'll link the max roll guide in the thing, but essentially this is where my skills are. I'll link the max roll guide and it'll tell you everything to do. I am currently level 22. I have just finished that campaign. I've done most of the dungeons, most of the little hidey hole quests, and most of the side quests. If we look at my quest log, there's not that much left to do. This one can't be progressed, this one can't be progressed. I can't do this one. I don't know how to do it. I've looked online to figure out what I need to do. There's a little pool of water over here, and you have to solve the riddle. Beacon of warmth in winter's embrace, patience rewarded by nature's own grace. There's nothing there to interact. I've tried all of the emotes. I've tried looking online. There is just no advice about how to actually complete this quest, so I'll leave it till last and then I'll go back and try it out. I've got this one over here to do as well, the sealed door, and then this one apparently I can't complete while the surrounding camp is under siege, so I'm not sure what I do about that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So that's the rogue kind of done, really. I'm just going to hit level 25 on this by completing pretty much everything. So there's only just over 2 and a bit levels to go, or 3 and a bit levels to go. Gear wise, I am stacked with legendary items. I haven't got a gem for my helm. I found a ton of gems and chipped skulls. I couldn't find the stash, so I ended up with all of this full of gems and skulls to socket into my gear, and I ended up selling it all because I had nowhere to put it and I was fed up with my inventory being full all the time. So be aware that if you have the same issue, just hold on to them. It's well worth it. Just use your portal to town and stuff and sell all your stuff. And as soon as you get to a town, it'll here we go. That is the stash there. In Kaivo Shad, I'm guessing is the thing. You got the stash over here with the wardrobe as well. So that's where you can stash all your stuff. And then as you go through the campaign, you'll unlock the ability to do your gems and stuff at the jeweler. I've got another quest down here which I'm gonna do once I've completed the sealed door, which is only over there, so I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to go and have a sleep, come back and finish this off. once I've got the rogue done, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but yeah, this is the gear I've got. That's my helm, and then that is the chest I found, and then we've got the gloves there, +1 rank to barrage, which is my main skill for damage. We've got these things. I don't use smoke grenade, but these are just better than anything else I found. I got these boots. When you hit a crowd control enemy, 50% chance of crowd control effect is spread to another affected enemy. I'm not using it for the legendary lucky hit. I'm using it because it's got movement speed on and some resists, and that's the only reason I'm using those. I found this bow early on and I have upgraded it twice, just because it is absolutely awesome with the legendary power on there. I've only just found this in the last dungeon I did. It's got lots of resist, but it's also got +1 rank to all agility skills. I think that's most of my skills, to be honest. It's also got a little bit of a bubble on there as well, as you can see. Read that. I've got this as well. Again, it's mostly resists and some crit on there. I think I slow stuff, I'm not really sure. But it does have a killing a vulnerable enemy grants you 70% increased energy regeneration for 4 seconds, which is most of my skills make a target vulnerable, and I kill the target, and it allows me to keep my barrage up a lot. Thick shot loop. I'm not using the legendary power at all, but again, there's loads of resists on there and damage to distant enemies, which is great. It's also got damage to close enemies as well, which is even better. And we've got our weapons down here with some gems in there. I've held on to this Ghoul King's blade for ages. I've had better weapons, but that deal 10% increased damage for each second you stand still, up to 3, is amazing. So this is what it is. It's called Inner Calm. It goes up 10, 20, 30. That's 30% increased damage while standing still, and it's allowed me to kill everything. And then I've got this one as well. So again, not using penetrating shot. I think it's also disabled because I've got another penetrating shot up there somewhere. But again, it is just vulnerable damage on there as well, and it's just for the best weapon I have found. Skill wise, oh, where are we? There we go. So what happens is, effectively, because I've gone bows, I've chosen barrage as my main skill, and we buff it a bit. We also buff force flower, but at later levels we don't end up using that. We've got that's from an item, so we won't cover that. And you come down here, you get shadow step, you get dash, and then from there you come down here, you get this dark shroud, which is amazing. I love it. You get exploit as well, just a point travel node there, and then you come down here and you get shadow imbuement, which is just so pog. You buff that, you buff this, you buff this, and I'm on my way down here. Let's get some gameplay, shall we? Let's zoom out. Where am I actually going for my quest? Which way do we need to go? So you've got this dungeon to do, but I'll do that a bit later. I'm going to go out this side just to show some gameplay. So that's a little dash thing we've got. There we go. So we activate our dark shroud, which is kind of a defensive buff, and it also gives us movement. We activate our shadow imbued, so 2 shots, and then we just wait for some mobs to show up. I'll get that quest later on. So that's the mark from our abilities, and then we just, there's the barrage, it dies, there goes our regen, we hit our 2 skills again, and off we go. And it's just, because we're killing those marked enemies, we just are constantly, almost constantly able to keep up our mana. Once our mana's gone, we kind of just use our shadow step to kill stuff. pick up the herbs. So yeah, that's how it's done, and you end up just doing a ton of shadow damage, and it's really good. I will end up trying out the sorcerer, or sork as people are calling it, after I've completed the rogue. I won't be doing a barbarian, because I've heard from other players that the barbarian can't actually unlock its class skill, which is ridiculous. Hold on, where is... Sorry, I'm still finding my way around the UI. Specializations. So the rogue starts off with combo points. You're basically still going to generate combo points. So we end up casting Forceful Arrow. Each time we cast Forceful Arrow, we get a combo point which sits above here. You get 3 combo points, you do a ton of damage. We end up changing that for Inner Sight. Attack mark enemies, fill up your Inner Sight gauge. When it's full, gain unlimited energy for 4 seconds. Between this and the energy regen we get from one of our items, there it is, Ravenous Circle. You time it right, and you get your abilities, and if everything kicks off, you can one-shot bosses with barrage and they just die. I have died a couple of times. Once when I accidentally fell asleep, and once because I got frozen, which is a stun. You can't use potions, you can't use skills for the duration, and I got swarmed and I died. So that's it. I think I've only died twice, and that's it really. I've got not much more else to say. I think it's a brilliant game. You do have things to collect, quite a lot of stuff. As you click on here, you'll see everything you collect. Do be on the mind when you're outside to pick up the herbs. You'll need the herbs. Same with the ore and skins. It's all automatic pickup. All these bits you pick up from killing mobs, and these are all from salvaging items. So what I've been doing is, if I've got enough money, I haven't used a lot of gold really. Most of my gold was used on gambling, just buying a couple of upgrading my bow, and I gambled one item from the vendor. It went well, so that was that. Other than that, I've just been selling my items. If I didn't give me a new wardrobe effect, I've been salvaging them and then selling the ones that I didn't. You don't really need to do that. The only time you need gold is if you're going to seriously upgrade your weapons. Upgrading my bow the third time is like 68,000 gold, and I doubt I'll get it in this beta. Other than that, yep, just use your gold to do whatever you want really, but I would suggest salving your items is better than actually selling for the gold. You get quite a lot of gold from the mobs, and it's better to have these items, especially this one, the sigil powder. You will need a ton of those, and you need some herbs to upgrade your potions. That's how your potions get upgraded. You need herbs. You speak to the herbalist, and they will upgrade your potions to give you more health. So there we go. That's my first thoughts on Diablo 4 this beta on this weekend. The open beta's up for next weekend. This is the closed beta for pre-purchase. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe in Sanctuary. I will be doing more D4 videos over the next few days.